Coming up in Teacher's Time today will be Mrs. Denise Walker, Marketing Officer at the JTA Co-op Credit Union Limited. She will be speaking with Mrs. Pauline Stephenson, a member for over 30 years. We will also have your News and Views segment. Today's edition of Teacher's Time comes to you, as always, courtesy of the JTA. Our tagline is Unite and Serve, and the JTA Co-op Credit Union Limited, serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Good afternoon, listeners. Good afternoon, Mrs. Stevenson.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Walker.
Welcome to Teacher's Time.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you being here.
Good. It's a pleasure having you. Tell us, Mrs. Stevenson, let's start from the beginning. Tell me exactly how long have you been a member of the JTA Co-op Credit Union?
I've been a member of the Jamaica Teachers Association Co-op Credit Union for 50 years. January marked 50 years since I've been a member of the credit union.
Oh, wow. Mrs. Stevenson, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm married to a lovely gentleman, Bishop Rupert Stevenson. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary, July last year. I'm the mother of 4 children plus 1 that I've adopted. And I've been an educator for over 40 years before retiring from the teaching profession.
Okay, where did you teach? Where were you?
I taught at Lennon Secondary, also Denhamtown Primary, now Edward Seaga Primary School. And the last school I taught was the St. Aloysius Primary School, Duke Street in Kingston.
Wow, you have quite a bit of experience under your belt.
Oh, yes.
How did you first come in contact with the JTA Co-op Credit Union?
In 1972, a gentleman by the name, a life underwriter by the name of Mrs. Shirley Gale, came to school and was selling policies to teachers. And he asked me if I was a member of the credit union. I told him no. He said, I have forms here. I'd like to sign you up, and he signed me up. And those days, I put in $50. Those days, a lot of money, because our salary is like about $120, quite a long time.
Right. Oh, wow. See, but you're teaching me something here, because I didn't know that life underwriters were also signing up.
He had the forms with him.
Oh, wow.
And then he wrote me up, and I'm very happy he did.
Really, really awesome. Mrs. Stevenson, what are some of the changes you have seen in the operation of the credit union? Let's start there.
Well, I've seen a lot of changes over the decades that I've with the credit union. We usually have passbooks. Now we can go online and we can get our statement. Okay, we have regular credit union loans and other types of loans, like mortgage loan, premium financing loans, computer pack loans, special deposit, a wide variety of different products now. And improvement of service over the years. You have counseling session, you have contact teachers in every school, business seminars. So we have come a long way, even with the size of the credit union. In those days, they had a head office and a few branches. Now we have 11 branches all over Jamaica. At strategic locations, the teachers can come and do business.
Oh, that's so good. So how do these changes make you feel?
Well, I feel good about them because I like to be in something that is progressive.
Right.
And over the years, it's dynamic. Always some new project or program or so on in the credit union.
Mrs. Stevenson, the JTA Co-op Credit Union has helped thousands of teachers to achieve financial success, and no doubt you're one such teacher. Can you share with us any specific way in which the organization has helped you?
It's my pleasure to do so, because I'm a true witness of the impact of the credit union on my life. In 1973, I bought my first little car. I saw a parent drove in the schoolyard with a for sale sign on the back of it. When he was passing back, I stopped him and said, how much for the little car? And he said $300. I went home and I told my husband and asked him to come, make arrangement to come and look at it. And he said, all right. It was a 1960 Ford Cortina. So I came to the credit union and I got my first loan. It was then Mr. Gordon was a loans officer. And when I came there, I was chit-chatting with some teachers. And I said, I'm here, sir. I'd like a loan. I said, how much money have you put in the credit union? I said, well, $50 per month. He said, excuse me, ladies. And he took me to his office and he signed the forms. I signed and I came out with my check.
Wow.
So that was the first time I was doing business with the credit union.
Okay, that's nice. Anything else?
Yes, man. It's progressive, So later on, I wanted to purchase our first home. And that was in Brayton. And I came to Mrs. Barbara Guskan. That time, she was staff loans officer. And I spoke with her, and I got the deposit to take the National Housing Trust to pay down on our first home. Wow. After that, she said to me, Mrs. Stephenson, in another 6 months, you can come back, Because, Mrs. Gaskin, very warm and,
yes.
Yes. And I always want to come back to do business with her. And she said to him, Mrs. Stephenson, in another 6 months, you can come and you can get a loan for your fence. I said, okay, Mrs. Gaskin. And at 6 months, I turned up, not only got a loan for the fence, but also enough to do an addition of 2 rooms.
What?
Yes, a bathroom and an enclosed washroom.
Oh.
And it didn't stop there. You see, I've been there for years now. It didn't stop there. Finally, about 25 years ago, I purchased a home in Harborview, my husband and myself. I came to the credit union. At that time, it was Mrs. Christie, the late Mrs. Christie, Ivy Christie, was in charge of the credit committee.
Okay.
And so they're saying, all right, give her 30. I said, no, man, give her more time than that to pay back for the house.
Yes, that is so good to hear, Mrs. Stephenson. I know that there are lots of persons who are listening and they're almost getting goosebumps just listening to your experience. But we're very happy when we hear members such as yourself who have used the credit union to the full. You've been able to purchase your car with the credit union, 2 homes, trips abroad. That is why the credit union exists. That's why we're here. We want to make sure that our teachers are comfortable and that they really enjoy the financial fruits that they can reap from working with the credit union. You're now retired, and we could say that you've achieved most of the really big things in life. Why do you maintain your relationship with the credit union?
I'm a loyalist. I could not have gotten so much benefits from the credit union and then turn away at this time. Oh no. Now I am mostly an investor. I'm not born loans anymore. I'm now an investor in the credit union. And every time I get something, I run to the credit union, and the cashiers know me very well. I come and I make my input because I remember how the credit union helped me in the days when I needed the help.
Oh, that's so awesome. Awesome. Is there any advice, Mrs. Stephenson, that you would give to a young teacher who is new to the credit union and they're just starting out their journey? What would you say to them to help them to find success in using the JTA Credit Union?
All right. I think you need to have goals. They need to be goal-oriented. You can have short-term and you can have long-term goals. And you itemize the things that you like to accomplish. And when I compare the other financial institution, I think one of the best places to do business with is our credit union. So I think you can be more proactive in that. You can start from at college where you know that you're being trained and get yourself involved. Come and pay your dues and become a member. And from there, you do your saving. Later on, you can buy your furniture. You can buy your car because you have car loans now, you know. You can buy your house because you have mortgage you can get from the credit union. And things are much more better now. In our times, there's 4 times your share. Now you can get 10 times.
Wow.
Yes. So it would be very good for you to join it. And there are other opportunities too. You can apply for bursaries. You can get scholarships. And not only that, you can be a part of the credit union, give some service to the credit union.
Yes, you yourself.
Like exactly what has happened to me. I was nominated to the committee by the late Mrs. Joyce Ellis.
Right.
And I've served the supervisory committee for 16 years. And then later on, I became chairman of the committee. But I thought that after all these years, I think it was time for a younger person to have gotten the experience that I've had over the years and the benefits that I've received from the credit union.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Mrs. Stephenson. We really, really appreciate you sharing with us this afternoon. And we're confident that all that you have shared, your experiences, working with a credit union, saving and borrowing, we know that it will benefit our listeners tremendously. Thank you.
And thanks for having me. And as the motto says, impacting teachers' life in a very positive way. My pleasure to be here this afternoon.
Thank you.
Mrs. Denise Walker, Marketing Officer at the JTA Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and before that, Mrs. Pauline Stephenson, a member for 50 years.